Arrival at the dive site shows good diving conditions.
Go. Okay, go, Don. Go, Lee.
In teams of 2s and 3s, the divers splash into the ocean, each strapped with double scuba tanks to provide enough air for a deep dive, 130, 40, 150 feet beneath the surface. They want to obtain a representative collection of the species that live there. After several dozen dives, expedition leader Robert Schmieder calls on the group to sharpen their collecting techniques.
All of the volume. A number of smaller specimens would be great. Any encrusting species would be great. They'll be tougher to get.
Schmieder offered Channel 7 News an opportunity for a close-up view of Cordell Bank, a chance to dive to this place that he and the other divers say is so worthy of federal protection. We accepted and accompanied the team on 3 trips to the bank. We passed the decompression station, a scuba tank mounted 10 feet below the surface. Divers must stop here for several minutes after their deep dives to decompress before surfacing. That prevents decompression sickness, the bends. After passing the 10-foot marker, we have another 130 feet to descend.
When we actually got there in October of '78, we found it was just the opposite. All those were wrong. It was not as deep as we expected, it was fabulously light, and it was incredibly lush and healthy.
The submerged mountain is covered with all manner of underwater life. Even this film supplied by the expedition does not fully show what can be seen firsthand. This is the top of the mountain. Its slopes drop down hundreds of feet on either side. We follow the transect line placed the day before over little buds of red coronactus, which appear to be plants, but which are in fact animals, soft corals. Selected items, according to instruction, are removed from the rock for later analysis. This is the endangered species California hydrocoral. A sample is taken to help document its abundance here. Such documentation could help convince the federal government to protect Cordell Bank as a designated marine sanctuary. That is the goal of this expedition. Participating divers from Sacramento bring in a dredge to vacuum up samples of sediment in which smaller forms of life exist. Each year, worldwide, about 10 new species of algae are have been discovered here, along with a new species of sponge as well. An even more surprising discovery, though, was not an element of nature at all, but something human-made. A hole of some sort, drilled or blasted into solid granite. Expedition divers have found 8 of them, and Robert Schmieder believes they have something to do with a secret submarine project.
The project had something to do with communication, perhaps something to do with listening. I don't know for certain whether these holes had anything to do with that project.
Other divers would like to return to Cordell Bank to probe the mystery of the holes and to do some more bathymetric research. But all the scheduled diving now is finished. Donation money is tight and each trip is very expensive. But a bank of data has been gathered here, thanks mainly to the efforts of Robert Schmieder, who now awaits federal government action, hoping marine sanctuary designation will be conferred on the Bay Area's underwater mountain. At Cordell Bank, Lee McCarran, Channel 7 News.